alongside Minecraft, which in this case we will be slowly doing survival, and whatever we are doing currently in Minecraft will also kind of correlate with the D&D session. Currently, Game is currently with us in chat.
Hi.
He is going to be taking the role of the player, and I will be the over-enthusiastic Count Dracula.
And DM.
DMing.
And I don't mind it.
Welcome, foolish mortals. Art thou ready to begin your most treacherous and therefore life-ending quest?
Yes.
Well, you're going to start in my most treacherous ravine and try to think if you can end this terrible place. You will be brought before your treacherous knees. In my next teasing.
Out of character, did you hear how enthusiastic I'm like, yes?
Yes, I did.
It's like very unsure what that's coming from, like, yes?
Well, let's not waste any time. You start in a very dark and treacherously placed ravine. You wake up, dearly riveted and duressed from all of the shit you had faced before. Pardon my bad language.
You're fine.
You, weary, and all on your own, awaken in this devious dark cave. A snuffed-out fire lays just below your feet. What do you do?
Investigate my surroundings first.
You can't see anything in this cave, but you do hear the dripping of water. It seems very distant. What do
I
you do?
may see if I have any resources to make a light source.
Currently, you have your sword, a dagger, your basic travel gear, a tinder box, and a twig.
Not enough to make a torch.
You do not have any cloth, which you would need to make a torch in this instance.
That's what I'm saying, like, I don't have enough for a torch. I guess try to follow the sounds of the dripping water.
So, roll a d20.
Give me a second, being attacked by zombie.
AKA, give me an investigation check.
That would be, what, a D20, right?
Obviously, yes.
Make sure I have the right die in my hand. Yep. I have a 10.
You spend about 15 minutes trying to pinpoint where this source of water sound is coming from. However, unfortunately, to your dismay, you do not find it. You are currently able to, however, stumble out of the cave room you were in into a larger opening.
Well then.
There doesn't seem to be too much more in this cave room than the one you started in, however.
Interesting.
What do you do?
I almost killed myself. Let's see. I'm in a new surroundings. Let's see. Can you repeat it one more time for me?
What's that?
What you were said, so I can get my brain working again.
You didn't, or you couldn't find any source of water. You hear it, you don't see it. You also cannot seem to see anything in this bigger cave room that you've stumbled into.
Try to find the wall in this room.
Okay, how do you go about finding the wall?
Feeling around with my hands.
Alright, roll a d20 with disadvantage.
Lower number, got it.
4.
4.
Okay. So do you want the good news or the bad news?
Make it funny.
Huh?
Make it sound funny.
So you ended up stumbling around, feeling this very sticky substance on the wall. You couldn't tell what made it or where it's from, and you grabbed the whole of the frickin' largest spider fang in history. It is now trying to grab you and throw you around. That's what happens when you crit fail against a critical, a natural 20.
You gotta give me credit though. I'm like, just imagine like 4. Somehow I found the spider.
You are dead. But that's okay. Guess what? You're reawakened in another cave room. You don't know how far away from the last one. Only this time, you find a twig on the ground.
Funny.
You do. You find a twig on the ground.
Pick up the twig.
You now have 2 twigs in your inventory.
It's just gonna be the moment of like, I have to find the twig. I have to find the twig.
Now, in this similar cave room to the one you started in before, what do? There's no stuffed out fire, however.
There's a what?
In the original cave room you started in, there was a snuffed out fire. But this room there isn't one.
I should have searched the fire pit, but oh well.
So what do?
I still can't see in the room, correct?
Right.
Try to listen to anything around in my surroundings.
D20 investigation.
Disadvantage or advantage?
Neither regular.
13.
So you managed to hear an upset sounding scurrying from a bit a ways down from where you currently are. Whatever this thing was moving about certainly sounds like it certainly got its run for its money kind of deal.
I wasn't expecting.
You also hear the sound of something being dragged.
Ah.
Out of character, do you think you know what it was?
I think my dead corpse.
Yeah, the spider was dragging your dead corpse around. Now, back in character, what do?
I know this sounds stupid. If I fall, that I'm either dead.
More than likely, unless you can somehow use your sword before it gets to you.
I say keep my sword at the ready and try to find a way around the incident.
So, how do you go about looking or getting around the incident when you can't see?
That's the point I am about to say is I'm being shot at by a skeleton. Fuck off.
Well, that's funny because you trip on one.
No, in game I was being attacked by skeletons. And
Well, that's kind of funny because literally, I rolled the encounter. It says a 9, which is basically, what you want to call it. Throws a random thing in your way.
You will not believe that. You timed that so fucking perfect. I got hit by 2 and killed them.
Mm-hmm. So right now there's a skeleton at your feet. It's a whole skeleton. There's nothing really on it that you can tell that stands out in any way. So what do you do?
Is the skeleton sentient?
What do you mean by sentient?
Oh, basically reanimated dead.
No, it doesn't seem to move. It just seems to be there and you tripped on it.
Alright. It's just a dead skeleton. Got it.
That you know of. If you want to investigate it more, you'll have to roll a d20.
Sir, give me a second. I am currently being attacked by mobs.
Mm-hmm. You too, eh? That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm also trying to get killed by by an Enderman.
Luckily for me, I saw that creeper coming.
Oh, hey, spider.
Oh, a zombie with a sword. You gonna give me that sword if you die? Holy crap! Get back. Get back. Ha! Thank you, creeper. Gave me a helping hand there. Is that what I say? Yeah, it is. It's a witch and a spider. It's not what I expected, but I thought that spider was wearing a witch hat.
Okay, I'm gonna roll now.
Okay.
See if it's just a normal skeleton or a monster.
Okay.
17.
So, fortunately for you, it does move. It does reanimate itself. Fortunate for you, though, it's not trying to kill you. It says, whoa, hold it right there. Don't touch me.
Alright.
Who the hell are you and what are you doing in here?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Well, whatever you did earlier, the spiders certainly are having a field day right now.
I kind of figure that one.
Old bones. That's what they call me. Anytime I get across these spiders, I kind of just lay dead and act like I'm not moving or nothing. And they kind of just end up falling for it anyway.
I wish I knew about that sooner.
I basically play dead. If you think about it.
It worked on me almost.
Well, hey, when you don't know what's near you, and that's the only way to protect yourself, can't really go wrong there.
Yeah, especially when you can't see a goddamn thing.
Oh yeah, you need a piece of cloth to actually make a torch, don't you?
Yes.
He moves, he gets up. Here you go. Pulling one out
Thank,
from underneath him. He was
thank
sitting on a
you.
piece of cloth. I mean, it's not doing me any good. I think it was the last
Yeah.
tidbit of armor I had at one point, but it didn't do me much good back then anyway.
I'm guessing we are down here with who knows what? Probably.
Yeah, spiders. Lots of spiders. And that's not the best or the worst of it at all. It's a starting point, though. The Driders are worse.
Driders?
Mm-hmm. Half human, half spider creatures. Elves, mostly. Drows.
Never
You get,
encountered one.
you get used to them once in a while. I mean, if you fall for the female appearance, usually, you end up having a bit of a rough
Issues?
wake-up call. And trust me, you're not the only one who'd fall for victim to the upper part of a Drider. Especially down in these tunnels. The Driders down here are particularly attractive if you're thinking about that. So be mindful of that.
Alright.
That's what they have their best field days with, is
Oh no. Okay, there it goes.
unsuspecting adventurers. What was that?
Nice. Lag.
Hmm,
Lag at the wrong moment.
gotcha.
I still heard you. I meant my game. I was trying to survive.
Mm-hmm.
My
Now,
sword.
what
Oh.
brings you down here? Any idea?
Not that I know of, but hearing a voice only.
A voice?
Yeah, I can't quite put my finger on it. Everything's just like a blur.
I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about, but I assume that could have led you down here. A bit of possible madness.
I woke up down here actually by a burnt out campfire.
Oh. Yeah, I can't help you there, he says, scratching the top of his skull, as if he were thinking.
I
Oh,
believe
by the way, it's not just the driders and spiders you gotta worry about. It's the things you can't see down here. That'll really do you some damage.
I believe it.
There are things most people couldn't see. And they're all under the control of a very powerful sorcerer slash vampire creature. He's very intimate for torturing his guests in the land.
Hmm.
His biggest fondness is first throwing them in with the spiders to see how they act. All because a lot of people do not like spiders.
I bet it would have worked on me if I could see at the
What's that?
time. I bet it would have worked on me if I could see.
What's that?
Ugh,
Creepy
spiders.
spiders?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately for you, these spiders aren't so much creepy as they are, what's the word?
Deadly.
Huh?
Deadly.
Yeah, they're more deadly than they are creepy.
I think I surprised one by grabbing its fang.
Well, if it's got fangs, that's certainly one of the ones you want to watch out for. You probably stumbled on a nest, and it was probably a tarantulas.
But I'm
They're the
guessing it didn't
only
like
type
me
of
doing that.
Yeah, they're the only type of spiders down here that actually have fangs anymore. The rest of them kind of just grew other ways
Killing.
of what?
Killing.
Yeah, more or less hypnotizing rather than killing. They'll hypnotize you first, wrap you up while you're still alive, and then kill you.
What a way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how'd you die? I got eaten to death by spiders.
Well, that's actually the common thing down here. A lot of people get eaten by spiders down. After all, not very many people have armor suited to fight these things. And if they do, they obviously have some good luck on their side. Lord knows I sure as hell didn't.
I believe my name is, like, I do a roll for name.
Feel free to just put in a name if you really wanted to.
I'll go with Timmy. How about that?
That'll work, I guess.
Name's Timmy.
Well, nice to meet you. And unfortunately, it would have been nicer to meet you while I was still alive and not some corpse just hanging about somewhere.
Yeah. I think I brewed a bunch of stuff, I believe.
I ended up walking down in here a long time ago. This was before he decided to just throw his willy-nilly guests around.
Ah.
Most of the time he left us in a city, even if it was just an abandoned city, full of vampires before. That was far more
I'm,
pleasant, in my opinion.
I'm pretty sure he had fun watching them get torn apart.
Well, whatever it was, whatever made him decide to throw every guest he's ever had into Spider's Web, I certainly do not envy those people. Most of them
Nor
never
want to
woke
ask.
up. What's that?
Nor want to ask them.
They're dead. Most of them are probably hanging up in one of those cocoon things you can see down the way here. At
Ah.
least their silk is bright as day normally, in such high quantities.
Must mean happy spiders less trouble, I'm guessing.
Well, their silk, their spiderweb silk is basically what reflects a lot of the light. And when one starts to get light, the rest of them kind of are, what's that terminology? When the light hits something, it actually just kind of
Reflect?
sits there. Yeah, it collects all the light. Guess would be the way to put it. Anyway, this may not be too useful to you, he says, handing you an old rusty sheath. And a hilt, half-sword kind of deal.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's not doing me no good anymore.
Does anything else bug you down here?
Anything else bug you down here? What do you mean, bug you?
I was asking you, does anything else try to chase you?
Too much. If it's not the things that you don't see attacking you, and it's not the spiders or driders, there is a few jackalwares down here somewhere. Although, anyone who's ever I've run into who's run into one, either joins them or dies by them long before he ever gets word back to me.
I'm pretty sure they don't want you being caught, or just felt bad for you, I guess.
It depends, really. Most of them are also female, I've noticed. At least they have
Interesting.
been for the past 10 years now.
10 years? Wow.
Yeah, once upon a time it was mostly men. And then this strange little redhead woman walked down there one day. She became one of them, and ever since then there's just been a multitude of female ones showing up more and more. They all have that same kind of striking resemblance, so I'm assuming she either had children with one, or has taken up a liking to haunting nearby towns of similar people. I'm more partial on the first idea than anything.
Who knows, right?
Yeah, but you're fortunate, far more fortunate than your last individual traveler in the area. Why
Hmm.
would that be, you may ask? Feel free to ask if you would like.
Go ahead.
Is you've stumbled upon a walking index. I've lived so long in this area, well, on life, as it might be called, that I've taken to trying to help people around. I know too much about it, too, in here.
Yeah, I see what you mean there.
I can't stand to see weary adventurers stuck in such a horrible way to die. Especially when the spider's venom, even in on itself, is poison to those who carry it and use it all the time.
Yeah.
Hence the reason there are so many of them. As the longer they bear their poisonous fangs, the more likely they are to die,
Hmm.
because their poison is so potent, even to them.
Glaring weakness, but somehow they manage it.
Yes. Very much so, I'm afraid. The only spiders currently capable of surviving through their poisonous ventures is a lot like the one you met earlier.
I probably disturbed it sleeping and just gave it a fright. Or it saw me a mile away, it's like, what's it doing?
That, or it's sitting there watching your every move, even as we speak.
Probably.
Oh, there's no probably. It is. He is looking over your shoulder at this point in time, too.
Hmm.
It's currently not sure what to make about that. It's just kind of looking at you, looking back at a cocoon area, and then back at you again.
Very confused. Got it.
And it is right behind you.
Ah!
It's fortunate, though, that you've managed to stumble upon exactly what I thought it was. It's actually a Drider of their race.
So it's very confused with what's going on right now.
Her name is Tallulah.
Ah. I'm guessing she's confused that I'm here and she already killed me once. Got it!
Absolutely. Unfortunately for you, she's more apt to try and kill you again.
I don't doubt that.
She's currently coming down the tunnel after you. We are fortunately about 20 steps ahead of her. There is a cave entryway that she won't enter because of a mystical persuasion, putting it that way. No pun or insinuation of any kind. Up ahead that you can duck into, or you can try to run 60 some odd feet straight down the right tunnel up ahead and try to make it to the doorway. Your choice. Take the safer route, I would. Go for the cave entrance.
Yeah, might as well go for the safer route. Thank you.
Though, if you were to go to the left, it's quicker and it's safer. Mainly because, well, I'm sure you get the idea.
Persuasion?
Closer. Yes, and they won't chase you down fast. She's got more always waiting at the entrance.
Might as well go that one. Thanks again.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I'll be here when they finally get off of you. It may take a few hours. By the way, you might get lucky if you start running that way now.
Doing it!
So, you book it down the hallway to which direction was it?
The one that's the safest with the persuasion, which is the left.
Okay, I was about to say, is it to the right or to the left? Roll the d20 to see if you get there before she grabs you.
I got 11.
I'll give you advantage because you had it you were ahead of her.
Yeah. Want me to roll again?
Mm-hmm. Take the larger of two numbers.
16.
Good. You managed to outrun her. And just tuck into the corner of the room entrance to dodge this individual creature. If you had left your foot a hair outside you here a few minutes later, she would have dragged you back out of there.
Ah.
But you made it here in one piece, Old Bones says, nonchalantly walking in.
I'm guessing there's nothing on you she'd like to eat. Got it.
I'm Bones. Just Bones. I can't really, you know.
Be appetizing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, bones are better than nothing, but I mean, she already had your corpse from earlier to deal with. So, I mean, she can't be too, hell-bent on killing you. Sometimes that might be your best ally, though.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of people pick on some of the Driders before. I'm not saying you were picking, I'm just saying they had. Now, when doing so, anytime they come near the entrance of the caves, whether being chased by enemies or not, the Driders are waiting, ready and waiting usually. So hey, maybe one day you'll end up being chased by a mob of some kind and all you have to do is make it look like you run into the cave and tuck beside the entrance. Maybe they'll run into their demise.
Who knows?
Because the Driders are always looking for a way to get a leg up on people. And if there is a way to make amends with them, that is certainly the way to do it. Just a tidbit of extra information.
Yeah.
It would be a clever way.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish when you have to prepare before things like this happen, but you can't always tell what happens.
And you can't always tell when and what you're going to run into.
That's correct.
Now, you'll be sitting here for a few hours, because they will be watching this door every moment something moves in or out of it. I hope you have a lot of food, at least. The only time they will go hunting in the next few hours is after dark, though. They leave the other side of the cave entrance in numbers, and that's also your best opportunity to leave.
I'm guessing that's a giant number, almost what a small army's worth.
Small? Try about 450 some odd strong, at least. And they're always in search of potential mates, food, just basically whatever they can get their mitts on.
A lot of materials.
These spiders are the only type, though, in reference to Tallulah there, that can sing a strong enough song to enchant the living. Mind you. The rest of the Driders are envious of this. This is also something I've heard them talking about, saying that they're not sure how she does it. They want to know more. However, it seems if Tallulah knew how, or why, she's certainly not saying it.
Or she doesn't know either, but does it on instinct.
Many of the researchers in the land also would like interest in on this information, if you were by chance to figure it out. If Tallulah knew, as far as I don't know if she knows or not, she just does it. I'm saying this is an extra bit of information. She's certainly not showing any interest in sharing it either.
Probably wants to keep it a secret from the others so she gets the best of everything. I see it.
All of the local Driders are after her secret too. You may get fortunate enough to find ones that talk and seeing if you know anything. So you may get attacked in your sleep.
The best way to get waken up is with a fucking crab. Wake the fuck up!
And most of the Driders are more appealing to look at than that one was. She's far the oldest and youngest, I may add, though, of this group. Some would debate her age because they don't know exactly when she came about. As the oldest entity in the caves, I can barely tell you how long ago it was. I do remember it, though. She was a combination Drider of two others. It's the only thing I can tell you. The Driders in here are classified by color and a certain connection to nature.
So a connection of a certain type, what brought her into existence?
Tallulah herself is a golden leaf tarantula spider. As far as to whom and what types of creatures gave birth to such an entity are unknown.
And it's what, rare for each of these species to speak?
It's extremely rare for them to have such a powerful vocal as Tallulah.
If she
This
does
is
know how to talk,
also
she's not
how,
talking.
apparently, some researchers in the area, as I've overheard, believe she's managed not to die.
She knows
Because
something to keep herself alive.
this song seems to keep her alive. Or so they think. This is the benefit of the Driders. But, now knowing you've made a particular enemy of the one they consider the ruling class, I don't think she'll be too helpful to you, otherwise.
That or I'm confused somehow I'm still alive.
Why are you confused? You have a talking skeleton at your help. Who's been here time after time watching people die. How else would you have made it out alive so far?
Usually protection.
Well, to your benefit, you've got probably the best chance of survival, more so than 9 out of 10 people before you did.
Yeah.
Just because I just so happened to be walking through the old tunnels again. I heard the scuffle with Tallulah earlier, and then I came across you.
I don't think she liked it probably when I grabbed her fang.
And you should consider yourself lucky you didn't die on the first touch.
Apparently.
She is also the most poisonous of all of them. They say no living individual, at least, has ever managed to do that before.
And
They
look,
also
the
never
tail.
got the drop on her.
Apparently I did somehow. It was my pure dumb luck.
Well, that's to your benefit. You also survived till she threw you.
Probably.
Roll a d20, by the way, at the very mention of that. Disadvantage.
I got a 19. Roll again. 13.
So, you have to take the 13 because it's disadvantage. However, that proves to be very beneficial to you this time. You hear a voice in the very back of your mind. It sounds feminine, mind you, but it has a certain lisp-like to it. You hear, strange people these days. Very strange. And it seems to be getting quieter as it gets seemingly further away from you.
Is it normal to hear voices in your head?
I think on the note of anybody talking to themselves, no, not really. Why?
I heard a female voice with a lisp?
You might have just stumbled onto something nobody else has. What did it sound like? Was the pitch kind of, disoriented? A little?
Can I roll for a check?
Yes. Roll insight.
I got a 14.
Okay. You managed to be able to discern the voice was female. It also sounds like it has a hard time pronouncing S's. It also certainly sounds like it was a little like someone was drinking heavily or disoriented. These are the things you can tell about this voice. What do you do?
Did I relay it back to him?
You relay it to Old Bones?
Yeah.
He scratches his head for a minute and is like, I don't know how you manage it, but you are now somehow seemingly able to understand Tallulah.
Her?
Mm-hmm. That is certainly her voice. Maybe in grabbing her fang and not dying, you managed to actually gain some kind of indirect connection.
Maybe.
It wouldn't be the first of its kind, but it is the first attempt anyone's gotten so lucky with Tallulah on that note.
I think mine was just pure dumb lucksville, but
More
well,
than likely, you got a pretty good stroke of luck understanding that.
that or me experimenting with brews over and over and over again did some good, I guess.
Yeah, either way, you now can talk to Tallulah-type spiders, aka tarantulites. Or at least you can understand them.
Yeah.
Basically. Shit, where's my house? I'm kinda lost. I'm out in the mountain range. I kinda
know.
had to
I
dig
went back
my
into
way
the
up.
caves to find resources.
I no longer know how to get back to my current housing. Either way.
For me, it looks like you're off the map, so I can't help you there.
Oh, I'm off the map to you?
Yes.
Interesting how that is.
That's why I'm like, I can't tell.
I don't even have a map to figure that out either.
You're on the map.
Okay, where am I?
Right. Stop. Look right there.
Oh, I see it. Yep. Took me a minute.
Welcome.
Thank you. It took me an age just trying to figure out where the hell I was.
Oh, I know. That happens to me too. I'm like, where the fuck am I?
It's the first I've ever gotten lost trying to dig out of a cave.
Oh, trust me, I almost died trying to find my way back out of the fucking Caris ravine I was in.
Yeah.
Because I found diamonds. I'm like, I don't want to die.
I found diamonds too right before I got ambushed, so I had to up and leave. Which wasn't too thrilling for me.
Right now, I'm just grabbing copper, but I need to get like a lot of bee stuff to make wax.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could just have a house that will just turn green copper and get rid of that eventually over time. I don't know. But continuing on.
You are now currently stuck in a room for about a good 2 hours. What do you do?
Check to see what's in this room I'm in.
It certainly is looking empty. However, you see, for about the first half an hour, Tallulah was looking in and out of the room, passing back and forth by it, but won't cross the entryway.
Ah.
However, other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything in the room. And nothing out of the ordinary, no reason why she wouldn't enter the room that you know of. If there is certainly something that keeps her from entering the room, you can't see it. Yeah. That's about all you can tell. After the first half hour, a lot of spiders you can see rush by Tallulah and out the front doorway kind of deal. Tallulah kind of slinks into the cave.
Got it!
Yep. She sits there for about the first hour to an hour and a half. Just back and forth.
Try to talk to her?
Well, what do you try to do?
Tallulah, are you there?
How do you how do you try to talk to her?
I try to focus on the connection to the voice I heard.
Roll a d20. You hear a sounding of a hiss in the very distant.
Did you want me to roll?
Mm-hmm. That's all you will hear otherwise unless you roll or focus really hard.
I got a 12.
12 against a 19. You currently only hear the hissing.
I want to try it again.
Okay, keep rolling.
I got an 11. Below 12.
Okay, you managed to on the second time. You hear, "Who is this? And how are you in my head?"
It's Timmy, the one you were chasing.
Why don't you come out of the door then?
How do I know you won't kill me on the spot again?
Well, that's the point. You don't.
I think we're able to communicate together because I believe I was able to not die to your fang on touch.
Mm-hmm. Something of that sort.
Oh, I have no idea, at least.
Kill you again the next time.
It wasn't my intention, to believe it or not.
Well, it's my intention to kill you. Nothing personal.
I know, but for me,
Okay, it's a little personal.
I'm guessing you didn't like being touched, didn't you?
Normally I don't deal with people at all. They die before they get to me. You just so happen to be there.
I couldn't see, and I was trying to find the wall.
Still.
I heard you can sing.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, at least, knowing
You're
that.
not going to find out why either.
I know, I find it interesting.
Everyone does.
Especially when I'm a person that kept brewing a bunch of random stuff once in a while and have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, too bad I can't brew anything down here.
Why not?
Well, 'cause I need ingredients to brew anything.
Well, why can't you use fungus?
I don't have anything to brew with for
Well,
the
why
fungus.
not? You're such a
You
good
want?
brewmaster, why don't you have anythings?
Mind if I check my inventory, Vlad? Where the fuck did my phone go?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Uh,
You only have what I told you before. A tinder
oh,
box, some sticks, and basically a handmade torch that you still haven't lit.
oh, there's my phone. Might as well. Can I do a
Okay, you
roll to
have
try
one
to?
stick and a torch.
Mind if I try rolling to just try to brew something with the fungus?
I mean, for shits and giggles, I'm gonna let you try it.
Let me roll.
Go ahead, I guess.
I
Roll
got a
a
19.
miscellaneous check.
I got a 19.
Okay, so you miraculously somehow make a beer appear in thin air out of fungus.
I
But it's
forget
a
some.
floating liquid, I might add. It's not in anything. It
Well
smells
then,
absolutely foul.
I I kind of forget I can do this once in a while. Hello?
In the back of your mind, you hear, "That doesn't smell too terrible."
Go ahead if you want.
Can't. You're in there.
I'll give it to you if you don't kill me on the first sight. How about
No.
that?
No promises.
I push out the liquid out of the room, or try to at least.
She kind of picks at it a little while it's sitting in the air. Hmm. Not terrible. Certainly something out of the ordinary.
I'm guessing you all don't drink a lot of things,
No.
huh?
Just killing people is what we drink. Dead people. More or less. Most of them.
Hmm.
However, you did learn, or are going to learn something really quickly.
Oh.
Roll a d20. Disadvantage. +2.
7.
+2.
9. So roll again?
No, you're good, actually.
Alright.
You almost feel the sense of screams from the other side of the doorway as Tallulah changes form, however. It now seems she is a slightly dark-haired, tall drow female with blood-red eyes.
Well then.
And she crosses the threshold of the room. Oh, was that not an intentional thing for you to realize?
I didn't know you could do that.
Old Bones is actually nearly shitting himself a brick over there, actually.
I'm guessing he didn't know this either.
He didn't know it either. This is the issue with this room. It's a meeting room.
Ah.
I think it only pleasant. You've chosen to show some sympathy and some consideration my way. I think it only fair.
Yes, so what was with that screaming outside that one door?
Oh, that is the transformation process.
Ah.
It is the sound of the souls we've collected dying.
Ah.
As we change.
Guess you need a lot of souls to keep this up, huh?
No, actually, it's just what we've collected.
Hmm.
Every leading Drider can pull off a meeting form in this room.
Ah.
As long
Yes,
as they're considered leading and, truth be told, strong enough. Being
understandable.
the elves made this room, this is the form we must take.
I understand it.
But you're right, normally nobody's in my area where I'm at. You almost notice her voice too, by the way. It's changing to match an elven style.
Hmm.
Morbid, dark, but the lisp also seems to have disappeared.
Interesting.
She still has fangs a mile long that you can tell, though.
Yep.
That part is obvious. She's also wearing a long black-like dress. Just so you're aware.
Mm-hmm.
So, why are you here?
I woke up down here originally.
Hmm?
Yeah.
But why? What brought you here?
I recall a voice before I woke up.
A voice? Hmm?
I believe so.
What kind of a voice?
Sounded male?
Oh, it was him, was it?
I don't know.
We all know the tale of the legendary Hidden One of our kind. He is that one we so seek to respect, but also can never tell whom and where he is. His blood is that of similar to my own, she tells you.
Hmm.
He is a split between worlds.
Okay.
Half
Well,
Drider, half elf dragon.
very prominent individual and should be earned with all respects and titles. Got it.
Very powerful, more so than even his own.
Don't piss him off. Got it.
His father and mine are the same.
Got it.
But he seldom ever comes by or says anything.
Probably busy.
No, he just doesn't since our father disappeared long ago. This is also why he tends to throw people into our webs. Usually.
Doesn't like someone, get rid of them this way. Got it.
It's not so much he doesn't like them, he just wants to keep us in check.
Yeah.
Or the others, the lessers of our race.
Like the ones that ran by long ago?
Mm-hmm. He doesn't care so much what I do, or those of my kind. He's very decent with his own.
Mm.
But the lessers that you've seen scurrying by, he's not so thrilled about.
I'm guessing he's only, what, letting them do what they want before things have to happen?
Oh no, yeah, there's just so many, he doesn't bother to send anything to clean them out.
Understandable.
And by the time they get anything of value, it's already time for them to return. But the lessers have been taking it something
Too far?
a bit much. They keep trying and trying and trying. And in so doing, he has cursed them. If they do not return to the cave by morning, they die by the sunlight.
Ah, I'm guessing you could leave if so choose, but don't.
Mm-hmm. I do not tempt his anger.
Understandable.
Oh, and your bone friend wasn't wrong.
Oh,
We will continuously watch the caves, especially if we don't like somebody.
understandable.
I'm just being civil with you because it's part of who I am.
Understandable is somewhat of, I believe, of high importance.
Uh, consider it a mutual agreement.
Yes.
Now, as your bone friend might have warned you, there are things that'll try to kill you before you get out of these caves. Apart from us.
Yeah.
He refers to the invisible stalkers.
Never heard of them.
They are a ghost-like phenomena that will tear people from the inside out, if given the chance.
Ah.
However, in order to do so, they have to have a easy access point to the individual. A loose piece of clothing, an opened wound, and so forth. I'd consider myself very fortunate if I were you, though. You're
Oh.
still not dead, so that's one thing.
Ah.
But yes, as you may have heard, I can sing very, very well.
Hmm.
To answer your question.
Me, I'm kind of the individual that wants to be left alone sometimes, try to brew things, make some people happy and enjoy their own miserable life before
It
they
might be the reason you came down here, if you want my opinion.
probably.
Maybe you heard a telling or two of some of the fungi down here.
Maybe. I'm just surprised I can make floating beer.
I mean, there's better things, a voice says instantly out of the back of you both, catches you all by surprise.
Uh,
You see a black, goldish orb floating behind you, speaking to you both.
that's not
Ah,
unusual
so
at
you
all.
managed to bring my dear sister out of hiding.
Oh, yeah, I believe so.
Very particular, if I do say so myself.
Okay.
But yes, unfortunately you are down here for amusement of both myself and them. I never
Hmm.
expected you to get this far, however. Congratulations. You found the
Uh,
walking index as well. Make sure you drag him out of the caves this time.
okay.
I'll leave him on your watch then. I just thought I'd see where you were all up to, seeing as I haven't heard you died or anything yet. Well,
I believe I died once.
not entirely died.
Like,
I had heard you were thrown around once or twice, but that's about it. Bye! See you all very soon. With that, you also notice that Tulula also has vanished.
what?
Only the skeletons and yourself are now in this room.
Skeletons?
Hmm?
Skeletons or just skeleton?
Skeleton 1,
Okay. I heard
aka
an S
Old
in that. My
Bones.
brain went in a moment.
Old Bones. You are both in the cave, a little secret room there. So, you've learned a couple things that most of the individuals out there do not know, if they've managed to go in or get near the caves. You know
Interesting.
there's a secret room that protects anybody in the area. You also know that the spiders cannot harm or manifest themselves in any form but an elf in this room.
Hmm.
You also know of Tallulah's similar identity to the individual orb that you now seen earlier,
Hmm.
currently that you've seen. This orb is also the thing you've heard talking to you in your head originally.
Ah.
And, above all else, you've managed to find your way in and out of these spider caves.
Ah.
However, you also have a walking skeletal companion who is considering himself an index.
I see.
Because the orb placed him in your charge to keep an eye on him.
Huh.
So, what do you do?
Ask Bones what they want with him.
They probably want me to stop meddling around down here. So that way the spiders can actually kill people for once.
Probably.
But normally I don't like seeing anybody die at all. Even
Sometimes you
if.
can't help it.
Still, it's a bit of a decency of mine. And a habit.
Only so I can know I can make brews out of the fungus down here. Apparently floating brew.
Well, it's only floating because you had nothing to put it into.
Yeah. I always had things to put stuff in, but I'm shocked that actually works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually creating crazy fucking brews once in a while. Out of pure boredom.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. So, I'm guessing the invisible, what? What were they called again? Invisible something?
The invisible stalkers, you were told.
I'm guessing they're lurking around the entrance to this cave, aren't they?
They typically lurk so that people don't get out, Bones
And
says.
I'm guessing you can't tell if you're being stalked by one of them either.
Not usually till it kills you. And typically, as soon as you notice that they're on you, you're gonna as good as dead anyway.
I'm guessing there's no running from them either.
Not likely. Your only good is, or only luck would be to leave like right about now, he says. When all the scurrying starts to go out in the bulk.
Might as well now, I guess. Not much to do here.
Yeah, you've been down here quite long enough, I would assume.
Yeah, fresh air would be
After
good if
all,
we can manage it.
I don't think you want to sit and wait for Tallulah to come back and take a stab at killing you again.
Hey, let's not.
Because she most certainly will try, even if it's just for her amusement.
I don't blame her.
No, I can't either. It just sort of happens.
Yes, let's get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know which way we've got to go.
Yes, let's hopefully get there without incident.
Roll a d20 then.
I got a 20.
You got a 20? Okay, you managed to make it through the door and out the front door with no incidents. However, it was in between passing of spider clusters. One goes in, one comes out. One goes in, one comes out.
Hmm.
You do notice that.
Do they always do this?
Not in that many usually, but yes, they normally do shifts.
Huh.
However,
Well,
this is a bit much for these individual cluster groups.
oh.
Back and forth, back and forth. Normally, it's one time the group goes out, another one shows up later to, act as a second kind of deal. Act as backup instead of one in, one out, one in, one out.
So they're trying something new, or just pressing their luck.
It's a bit of both. They've already pressed their luck by leaving the cave. They're not supposed to. You know this, I know this. They
But this time,
definitely know this.
it seems like they're really pressing their luck.
Oh yes, because each time they come in, or go out, they are after things. Whatever they can get their hands on, or their legs on. Back.
Mandibles.
Yes. These, spiders are dragging in what looks like squirrels, rabbits, people if they can get them, items, trinkets that in hopes to draw people in perhaps, or who knows.
Or just get some dumb adventurer that'll go run right in blinded.
Right. And like I said, normally that's for the driders to deal with. So normally the little guys are running around trying not to, are basically gathering the food and the supplies and all that for their leaders. Something seems to
Something
have them just getting everything in hopes maybe to draw in some adventurers that the Driders can appropriate with.
probably.
Maybe. In hopes to bolster their ranks a little more, I think, maybe. But after all, I've seen this how many times? This is a first. Yeah, this is a first of this particular tactic. So. Also, we'll be running into a bit of a forest ahead of us, just to be as a FYI.
Alrighty.
And this forest is not as pleasant as some of the spiders were. This is where you're going to run into a lot more hassle these days. And you'll possibly die. Again. Well, it's not possible. You're more than likely going to die in these woods. Again.
Yeah.
Why? Because of everything that's in it. And like I said, Tallulah was being pleasantly playful with you as well.
I'm oblivious sometimes.
Oh no, you're fine. That's actually why she humored you. By sitting in the room there with you for the moment or two.
Tried to entice me, I guess.
Mayhaps.
Brew mastery is an interesting thing to do from time to time.
Yeah,
So I
sure
might run
is.
into trouble from time to time.
I'm sure it can be troubling. So what actually might have brought you down there? Have you thought of an idea yet? Or an answer to that
Did I
question?
roll for a check?
No.
Hmm.
Yes, you may. Every time you ask me if you could roll for a check, I'd be like, no, because you obviously know the answer is going to be yes. That, and it's just fun to say no.
I got a 19.
You have no idea why you were there in the first place. You don't even know where you are, to be honest.
I have no idea what I was doing in there or why I'm here.
Well, maybe you'll find out eventually.
Who knows?
But, with that in mind, he says, I'm gonna try to leave this area. He says, kind of stealthily sneaking off a little.
Follow him, sneaking as well.
Oh, you're gonna try to follow him and try to escape? He was basically trying to sneak away from you just so he could get away from you.
Hey, you can't get away from me, fucker. Apparently.
Damn it, I was trying.
Nope. They tasked me with watching after you, apparently.
Bastards. You hear someone say in the distance. What do you do?
I didn't hear that. What happened?
Someone said bastards with a British accent, more or less. Bastards. Ahead of you a little bit.
Careful.
What do you do?
Carefully need to find a way to see what said bastard.
So you're gonna try to investigate it in a stealthful manner, I assume?
Yes.
Roll a d20.
Well,
Stealth.
keep an eye on Bones.
Your current stealth is a +0 right now. Just so you're aware on your stats.
Yep.
So whatever your roll is what you roll.
Yeah, 14.
14. You managed to just elude being seen, but you see a ranger shooting arrows at these small spiders, as many as you can in a few seconds at a time. And it is a particular, like, Breton-like character. He's human, more or less, but he's strange looking for a normal human that you think of. He's got short, muddy-colored hair. He's kind of heavy-set. He's got a thing of arrows, a bow, a short sword, a cloak, hooded cloak, anyway.
That's strange for a human.
Bones is like, shh, he knows we're here already.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't have to hide then if I know you're here already. Here already, you ugly skeleton. You're just lucky I'm not shooting you.
I walk out first.
And you! Who the hell are you?
Timmy, I'm a brewmaster.
Mutton. Yeah, they call me Mutton. The Ranger. Don't ask me why. I guess someone got hungry for mutton when I was brought around. So that was the nickname they gave me.
Me, I woke up around here in the cave back there.
Oh, I'm sure. You came out of the spider's den. Luckily for you. You didn't have any issues, it seems.
Yeah.
In the very back of your mind, it's just so faint, but you can just still hear it. So he thinks... That's all you can hear from a distance. It seems someone is eavesdropping on your current conversation.
Guess those spiders are giving you trouble, huh?
Always. They always do this. But this is, even for them, too much. I think they're provoking the entity that cursed them to die by sunlight more. That, or they're trying to amp up the local night creatures to kill them.
Who knows?
And I'm just kind of surprised you're walking blindly into the treacherous haunted woods.
I don't know the surrounding area, so...
Well, let me tell you about this realm, I guess, since you're in my hands. He says in an angry voice, killing another spider. This is the land of Argareth. It's connected to the areas of Ravenloft and Transylvania in the strangest of manners. These places are somehow connected to this realm by means of which I'm still trying to figure out. Some kind of mysticism for Ravenloft, anyway. But as for Transylvania, that's a stone's throw away through the woods. Both lands are currently under control of the, of what the spiders call them, the Dark One, or the Hidden One.
Yeah.
He is certainly something else, too. Normally, dragons are supposed to be wise and kind and powerful. He fits all but one of those. He is very cruel when it comes to torture and punishment. And other than that, if you don't provoke him, he doesn't give you reason to really cause any grief or mischief. Which is why I'm not understanding why he's throwing so many travelers and random people into the spider's lair of late.
Even I don't know what I did.
You might have just been for amusement, after all. You bear a crest of his anyway. He points out in your little cape cloak there.
Look at my cloak.
And you see like a gold token. It's got a V in the middle of it.
Ah!
He probably threw you in there for his amusement, I guess. He normally doesn't give people these crests, unless they're like, you know, there
Very
for some
important.
reason, or they chose to go down there for some reason. Maybe you provoked him a little and didn't understand, so he threw you in there. I don't know, who's to say though?
Yeah.
Maybe that's
But a
another reason
brewmaster
that
of all things.
the spiders didn't kill you.
Yeah.
Well played, you hear from the woods beside you. You don't
That.
see it though. This voice seems to jump out at you from all the trees. A very astute observation. Try not to bleed everywhere, shall you? The hunter's like, bleed? What do you mean? Oh, you'll find out. What are you gonna do now?
Is there any place safe, I'm guessing?
Bones is literally acting dead on a tree nearby. You can see him say no, though, without saying it. Roll a d20. Acrobatics check.
I get a 13.
You get a +1 for acrobat, by the way.
That's a 14.
So, you managed to dodge, however, the Breton did not make it. He instantly tried to dodge an arrow which went through his throat and dropped him into a couple of spiders crawling back towards the cave.
Well, fuck.
As you see bone archers or Draugr killers, aka Draugr soldiers, coming through the woods, shooting anything that moves.
Play dead, basically.
So what do you do?
Fall over to the bush where Bones
Roll. See if it works.
I can't tell that one. Fuck. 13.
Alright, roll a d4.
And that one is...
The triangle, a little like, yeah, triangle.
one?
Mm-hmm.
3.
So you just managed to convince them. They just keep walking by, shooting spider after spider, squirrel, whatever moves. There was a group of about 10 Draugrs.
I wouldn't be able to take them.
Bones says, "Get the fuck off my leg, though."
Sorry!
He gets up, you get up. Sucks for that guy, though. You see he's
Wasn't
already
quick enough.
become mummified, though.
Guys, search him.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Wait, is he covered in spiders still?
No, the spiders are dead, but he's mummified already.
So that's an issue.
He was killed by a Draugr arrow, and he's
Oh, don't fucking
mummified.
touch him! I had to think. Wait. Oh,
I was giving you the hint. He was mummified already, and he was just killed 5 minutes ago. Not even.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna be hostile immediately. Wakes up.
Yeah, we might want to move quickly.
Yes, let's get out of there.
Oh, hey, look. His bow's over there, though. You could probably use that.
Might as well
Bonus
take it.
points ahead of you.
Might as well take it.
You take his bow. It's a decent, nice elven longbow.
Nice.
2d4 ranged damage.
Nice.
And you have one of two options. You can wait for him to get up and chase you down, the mummified individual, or you can walk down the forest trail through the dark woods to the nearest town, or you can try to go through the mountain pass.
Might as well get to the nearest town first for supplies, at least.
Both of which will lead you to a town. Exactly what town, though, you do not know.
Which one would be better?
Bone says both are pretty dead. No pun intended, he says.
Which one would be the closest one then, Bones?
Uh, the wood trails.
Might as well go with the wood trail first then.
Mainly because you'd have to go through a portal into the nearby areas to get to the city on the other
Might
side.
as well go to the woodland one.
Alright, so we're gonna have some issues ahead of us, though, or at least
Alright, before
you
we
will.
continue, I gotta go pee.
Okay, I gotta go make something for food anyway. Okay. How? Alrighty then. Just waiting now on game to get back. Ooh, excuse me. What time is it then? Still like midday. Okay, that's interesting. Get that out then, and... Oh, I don't have any swords or anything. I guess I'll have to make one. You know what? Well, yeah, I got so much cobblestone, I might as well. Oof. Excuse me. I do not know why he put such texture mod on. It still looks so weird to me. My dog looks mad with a strange smile on its face. wolf there anyway. It's not a dog till it's tamed, but still. It's a devious looking wolf. It's really sort of messed up. Ear-itched. Oh boy. Good touch. Welcome back. I heard it. I heard you. Oh. Goodness. Smoke another one.
I don't want to from that fucking pen thing has.
From the what?
Vape pen.
Oh.
The weed one.
Yeah, which one did you get, or did he get?
Something diamond.
Huh?
Something diamond.
Black Diamond, maybe? I don't know. Goodness.
I'll be back.
Okay. Ha. Tick tock, tick tock. What a waste. That tree did not deserve to burn to death.
Hey,
Hmm.
I vomited.
Oh.
Yeah, Paige said I greened out.
You did what?
Greened out.
Oh.
Yeah, mucus. Vomit mucus.
Are you okay?
Throat's hurting.
Hmm.
Haven't vomited in a long time.
Yeah. That does hurt. Maybe
My
you should
tongue
get some
hurts.
sleep.
Oh yeah, the world's spinning. I let you know.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
We can do this another time.
No worries. I mean, it was a good start. I mean, it gets us back into the swing of it a little.
Yeah, I have. Ah.
It was nice
Prepare
chatting
your
with you.
game. Later.
Mm-hmm. So that was a good start. This was just something I was gonna do anyway, all because he wanted to do a D&D session, and we hadn't done one for a while, because things were changing for both of us. He was having issues with his hand and all sorts of stuff. I was getting new things thrown at me at work, and other sorts of things. But for those of you who may or may not be watching, here's hoping you'll join in for another video. Maybe we'll be able to do this again sometime. But, as far as I know, leave a like, a view, something to say that you're interested in seeing more like this. That way, when I look at my YouTube studio, I'll know. But, hopefully, the next time I'm streaming, which will probably be later tomorrow, it will be back to the usual a game that we've jumped to, a couple of them. I know. Here's hoping we'll be able to jump back to Neo and figure out that, or maybe more Under the Jolly Roger. Who knows? It depends on how I feel tomorrow. But other than that, thank you all for watching. Hope you tune in for another video.